Alright, folks, welcome along. My name is Jermaine Bibb. I'm a pilot based out of Louisville, Kentucky, Bowman Field, Lee Oscar Uniform Airport. Today I am currently in Somerset, Kentucky, and at Lake Cumberland Regional Airport, Sierra Mike Echo, Lake Cumberland Regional. It's an airport in southern Kentucky, southeastern Kentucky. Very, very beautiful airport near the Lake Cumberland Lake. I am flying VFR, visual flight rules, back to Bowman in a Cessna 172 Sierra model G1000, as you can see right here. My comms, I was having issues with my GoPro picking up my comms, so I decided to do a voiceover instead. I still got some good footage and just figure I'd talk along the flight with y'all as we watch me fly back to Bowman. As you can see right here, I'm taxiing out from the hangars to the runway. Lake Cumberland is an uncontrolled airport, so what I mean by uncontrolled, there's no tower, no control tower. So what us pilots do, we pretty much make these radio calls when we're making movement when we're in the movement area of the airport. So such as taxiing from the hangars to the runway. So we'll call up on the CTAF, which here in Lake Cumberland, each airport has a CTAF, and some airports may share CTAFs. So you may overhear different airports on the same CTAF that may be nearby. But I called up Lake Cumberland CTAF and let them know that I am taxiing from the hangars to runway 5. So yeah, Lake Cumberland Airport, 927 foot elevation, and a very, very long runway, 5,800 feet by 100 feet. So plenty of runway distance, and it's a great airport. As you can see right here that I'm doing my checklist, before takeoff checklist. Very important to do your checklist as a pilot. Some people may know the checklist in and out without even looking at it, but I do encourage, no matter if you do or not, just run through those flows, build up great habits, especially if you're a pilot in the beginning, just learning and everything. Just always use your checklist, no matter what your proficiency is or how often you fly that aircraft. Always use the checklist. Right here, I'm just setting up my GPS, making sure I'm putting direct to Louisville, so I won't have to do that in the air. It's always good to set your GPS and your avionics up prior to takeoff, so all my comms, my unicom set, that's the CTAF that I'm talking to, along with approach and the standby and everything, just so I can be able just to switch and not doing too much minimizing cockpit management as I'm flying. Now I'm taking runway 5 and make my radio calls. Like I said, it's an uncontrolled airport, so I will have to make radio calls. It will be, now I'm just verifying that the runway 5 magnetic compass is matching my other magnetic compasses 3 ways, including my standby instruments, just because I'm flying with a G1000 today. So just good cockpit resource management and everything, utilizing all my resources and just making sure everything's good. Taking off in the G1000, the good thing about the G1000 is it shows me my rotation speed on the airspeed indicator with the G1000. So it's signified with an R, or shown with an R, and this aircraft is 55 knots. So once I hit the rotation speed, after I do my cross check, making sure my oil pressure, oil temperature, suction, everything's in the green and positive amps and all that, I will then rotate at the rotating speed, and we're off. I do want to say one of my favorite things about when I fly in Lake Cumberland, Somerset, is just seeing the views and everything. It's a very, very beautiful airport surrounded by beautiful land. Like I said before, Lake Cumberland is just off the south end of the airport, so you can literally fly through Lake Cumberland and just see the lake, and it's on a very nice day. It's beautiful. So I encourage people who fly through Kentucky, or even think about it, or if you're in Kentucky already, go land at Lake Cumberland Regional Airport, Sierra Mike Echo in Somerset, Kentucky, when you get a chance, and take advantage. So this airplane is equipped with a G1000, as you can see, and I'm making a radio call here to Lake Cumberland traffic, letting them know that I'm departing the area to the north on the left crosswind for runway 5. Like I said, it's an uncontrolled airport, no control tower, so calling out your traffic is important. I'm already in autopilot. That's what I was heading to, but I'm already in autopilot. So I take advantage of autopilot just to help me fly the plane. If you have it and you know how to work it, use it. If you don't want to use it, hand flying it. I'm pretty proficient at hand flying, but if I can use the autopilot, I'm definitely gonna take advantage of that as well. So you can see me right here. I'm contacting Lexington approach on the frequency and calling them up to get VFR flight following services back to Bowman. And actually, this is Indy Center. Excuse me. I'm contacting Indy Center to reach out and get flight following services back to Bowman Field. So I'm operating under visual flight rules. So I will need to see where I'm flying and remain the proper separation from clouds in the airspace. So my altitude for this flight will be 6,500 feet. And it will be 6,500 because I'm heading west. So even is west, odd is east, so plus 500. So that's how that works. Like when you're deciding your altitude, I look prior to me departing, I looked and see where the winds was best at, and 6,500 feet favored a proper tailwind for me to get back to Bowman fast. It's a little over 85 nautical mile distance from Somerset, so definitely cross off the cross country list. And it's about a 45-minute flight from departure. When you can probably add a couple, including the run up, add a few minutes, including the run up and taxiing and all that. Just in case departure or approach anybody vectors me around. But yeah, so it's important to do your checklist as you're climbing and everything. And pretty much, I'm headed direct Bowman and contacting approach or center, whoever I'm talking to. I'm making sure the important thing with the G1000 also is to make sure that when they give you an altimeter, so you're checking with center or whatever, and they'll say, radar contact, or they give you a squawk code, which you see me put in there already, and they'll give you a altimeter. So it's only one thing to put the altimeter in the G1000, but you also have standby equipment, as you can see at the bottom right hand corner, right up under the MFD, the MFD, where you see 3 instruments. And those are your standby instruments. So just in case you lose electrical power on your, PFD and your MFD, you still have those standby instruments to go by. So always put your altimeter in, and that way everything's always set. So here's my checklist again as I'm still climbing to 6,500 feet. I don't think I've leveled off yet. No, I have not. I'm still climbing. Actually, I might. There we go. I'm starting to level off now. So I'm starting to level off at 6,500 feet, pulling out my cruise checklist. I believe checklists are very, very important. And of course, everybody believes checklists are important, right? So just utilize your checklist. I'm just trying to emphasize the importance of a checklist. Don't get too cocky of a pilot not to use your checklist, no matter where you are in your career, especially the beginning pilots. Just utilize your checklist as we look off the wing and see that beautiful Kentucky country headed north. So that's west. That's looking west as we head north, and just checking out my GoPros and everything. But like I said, just use your checklist. I'm currently leaning out, getting my lean settings, my management settings together. So pulling out the mixture sum and referencing the engine gauge instruments for that. So there's a lean assist button you can use with the G1000 that I really love, just to get it back down. I normally try not to get my EGTs above 1420 when I'm operating that, and that should put me around like 8 gallons an hour, maybe 8.5 gallons an hour when flying back. I am actually paying a wet weight rate with this plane, so not like it really matters, but you still want to take care of the aircraft and the spark plugs and all that stuff. So so just be efficient and and be proficient. I do want to say that one of my favorite things about these cross-country flights, and as you can see, I'm on autopilot, so I'm not really doing too much, just managing my cockpit, make sure all the temperatures and gauges and all the pressures are good. But one thing you can't hear, which I'm kind of bummed out about, is the ATC. And so, when I'm not talking to ATC, somebody else is. So that's a great way for you to get on comms and just practice and do all that. Oh, right here you can see ATC. They must just gave me a switch over to talk to a different controller. But so you plug that in. They'll tell me, hey, November 642 Tango Hotel contact Lexington approach on 120.15 or whoever it may be. Don't know exactly who it was at this time. Maybe a Lexington approach or maybe Bowman approach, Louisville approach, but I think it was Lexington. And you switch over, check in with them, and check in with your altitude. So an example of that is, so let's just say they said November 642 Tango Hotel, check in with Lexington approach 120.15, and I'll come back and say 12015 642 Tango Hotel, good day. You know, I always say good day and all that. So, and I'm explaining my gauges right now as if I still have the audio, but I don't have the audio, so just talking to the air right now. But when I switch over to the Lexington approach or whoever I'm talking to, the next controller, I'll check in with Lexington approach or whatever approach, call sign number November 642 Tango Hotel, altitude 6,500, and that's it. You don't have to say Lexington approach November 642 Tango Hotel with you. You know, some people get hit at that, but just say your tail number and your altitude. So I took my camera off and just kind of showed you the cockpit. There goes my Sentry right there. I really love that thing. Got the CO2 detector on there. See my throttle controls and my mixtures, along with the fuses and circuit breakers and all that stuff. I really love the G1000 setup. Not even gonna lie. I'm sure everybody loves it. If you can afford one, you're probably sure you put it in your aircraft. But they're pretty expensive. You see the master switch and the avionics switches and the standby battery and the battery switches right there, looking pretty good. Autopilot and everything right there as well. Right, you can see with the flight director, heading mode, it's just amazing. Currently in autopilot, you can see. I'm just a big fan of the G1000. I freaking love this thing, and anytime I can afford to fly it, I try to take advantage of it, build up my TAA time and all that stuff. There's an outside view of me recording. But yeah, big fan of the G1000 and the autopilot system that it comes with. Operating at the top of the green arc right now. It's been a long day, so if you can see my fuel down there is it's been a long day of flying. So this is my second leg, actually my third leg of flying for the day. So I went from as you can go back and check out this other video. I went from Louisville to Lexington, then Lexington to Somerset. I didn't record on that, but then it's my flight from Somerset back to Louisville, and that's me right there tracking the crouch track and everything. You can also see traffic. The G1000 displays traffic and everything. I love that feature, along with the nearest airports. Just in case an emergency happens, you can just press a button, find the nearest airport, and do all that. Looks like I'm checking in with another controller, either checking in or beginning a descent. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. I really love, like I said, just a big fan of the G1000. If you get some experience in G1000, whether you're splitting time or just going up the train in it to get access to the aircraft, I highly encourage it. The new day and age is definitely going glass cockpit. Not saying that you should initially start training in glass cockpit, but it won't be a bad thing. But you should definitely know how to work the steam gauges as well. I have over 300 hours in steam gauge aircraft, but I also have probably just the same amount of time in the glass pig aircraft as well. So the more you can be efficient and proficient in both of those, the better, and the better pilot you are, in my opinion. Looking at my checklist again, looks like I'm about to begin a descent. I'm pulling out the descent checklist for the Cessna 172 Sierra model. Just emphasizing again on the importance of a checklist. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like it's a long checklist. On the descent, I think it's like 3 or 4 items that you will look at before you go descending. So just look at your checklist and go by it and one thing at a time. Good pilot management. All right, y'all. So this is my approaching the Bowman Field. We are landing runway 33 today. Turn the autopilot off and everything. I'm already on approach. I'm probably like a mile or so out from runway 33. And this is pretty much my landing. Making sure I'm a stable approach, and airspeed is important. So check it out. Butter. I don't even gotta hear the audio to know that that was a skirt. Skirt. But yeah, get off at Alpha, which at this airport, since they're using that runway, Alpha is the closest one to get me back to my parking area without having to go all the way around the airport. But yeah, so I know I use a checklist coming down, flaps at the proper airspeeds within the right arc, and now we had a nice landing, safe established landing, and now taxiing over to the Airbase 4 where the plane goes back. And normally, I'll definitely open the window. That's our air conditioning when you get on the ground on a nice warm day. I close it. That's me. Now I'm talking to the camera, thinking that my audio will be working, but it didn't work. So hopefully y'all won't mind me doing this voiceover, and hopefully it worked out. So if you did like the voiceover, definitely let me know. I know this is an accidental voiceover because I planned on using my audio in the cockpit, but if you want more videos with the voiceover, if you find it sufficient, please comment below and let me know. If you like the video, definitely give me a thumbs up and everything. That's pretty much what I'm saying right now in the cockpit. Thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. Comment below if you have any questions. Good luck to all the student pilots out there doing their thing. I always say what's up to my people who I'm seeing as I'm taxiing around and all that. I'm one of the friendly guys at the airport, so like when I'm seeing people flying and taxiing, I say hi always. But yeah, if you have any questions, any comments, or all that, definitely comment below. Reach out to me. I'm on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that stuff. And yeah, y'all, thanks for following me. Make sure y'all stay proficient, stay consistent. Keep getting it done if you're after them 1,500 hours for the airliners, or if you're non-restricted. After that 1,000 hours, whatever goals you may have, get them done. But shutting down the aircraft now, one thing I've learned from social media actually is an easy way to shut down an aircraft is music, mixture, magnetos, and master. So the aircraft shut down, make sure I log those numbers for the aircraft so I can log the time, make sure my balance is accordingly, and for the next pilot. And we're going to be out of here. So again, thanks for flying with me. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay proficient, stay consistent. No limits to nothing in life, and expand your horizons, y'all. Get out there and do it. Get your things done. Whatever's on your goals, check it off, because it's possible. Thanks for flying with me. I'm Jermaine. See ya!